What's up, everyone? How's it going? This is Johansson, just checking in for the day. Wanted to provide a quickly weekend recap for the most part of where my portfolio ended, and then what to look for next week, and an update on my main three stocks, primarily on CCIV as well. So as usual, if you guys don't mind, please hit the subscribe button below. I really appreciate it. Trying to grow the channel here. Um, and also, this is not financial advice, so please make sure to do your own due diligence. It's just for entertainment purposes. So how we're doing today overall? We're up over a little bit over 2%. Up 2,000. We're at 78, which is good. Can't complain, especially with the week has been kind of rocky. I think a lot of the crypto noise has taken, you know, some money out of the market to go into crypto, so which makes a lot of sense. So looking at the last week, super happy with the last week up over 11%. Started off with 678, sorry, 69,000. Went up as high as 84 right here, and now we're back to 78, which is acceptable, man. Like I after going up by so much, you can only expect some pullback. But overall, I mean, 11% week. I mean, can't complain about that. Looking at the last month, we're up 24%. So it's been a good ride so far, right? So quick update on a couple stocks. So first of all, CCIV, right? So we're doing good here. We're up 69%, $8,000. And today it was down for like a couple minutes ago, and now it's right back up. Look, this stock, I think, if you want, this is not financial advice, but something I'm gonna do probably at one point today is I might buy more. What's been happening with the stock every week is right towards the end of the day, especially on Fridays before the weekend, because of fear of missing out of the official announcement happening over the weekend. This thing has been running up like crazy. You can probably see it here. This run up kind of makes the line look weird, but for the most part, that's what happened. See, this is when the news started last week as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if this stock before the end of the day hits $70, and if there's an announcement on Monday, hits like $80, and then there's a sharp drop off. And at that point, I would probably sell some of my investments as well. Like it's $80 is pretty high. I never thought it was going to get there initially when I bought it that low at $34. So I would probably sell some, not all. I still think this is a long term hold for me. So I would probably sell maybe my profits and just keep my original stake in it. And then I'll feel good there. It might be some drops after that, but who knows? Maybe it keeps going. You never know. It's hard to predict with these EV stocks, but I know it's one that I'm in for the long term. Um, an update on MP. They provided another big update yesterday, another big catalyst. Remember, first of all, their earnings is going to be on, where is it? It's going to be on March 18th. That's going to be a big catalyst for them. I think they're going to have strong earnings. But second, they posted a tweet based on like a new CNN news articles about how China continues to tax these rare earth materials, and how Biden put a special task force to talk about this or tackle this at one point. They're really the only people who do this. I think this stock is so cheap. Whatever, especially if CCIV goes up and I make even more profits and I sell some, whatever I sell from it is going mostly straight into MP materials. I still think the stock is cheap. I think it'll be $100 before we know it. Especially if there's ever a big announcement from the White House, naming these guys in particular. So I'm super excited about this one. We're up 26%, but that's nothing. This thing is gonna go up even more. I wanted to buy actually today, but it's been on a nice run this whole week, so I haven't really had a great opportunity where I see a dip. Hopefully it doesn't dip, but and I'll still buy some more. But if it does dip, I'm definitely gonna add some more. Then on to my baby, my favorite stock, STPK. Now, I say my favorite stock, even though I haven't made as much money on this as I have with CCIV, but I knew CCIV was going to be it was going to run up quickly, especially with the announcement. This one, I think, is a long-term hold, very long-term. I can probably have the stock for the next 3 to 4 years, and probably make 15 to 20% every year from it. I still think before the end of this year, before I've been a Q1, I think it'll be in the 60s or so once the merger is fully complete. And then before the end of the year, I mean, 100 is, I think, a very doable target. Once again, not financial advice, but that's just where I'm going with it. And it's obviously my largest holding. So that's pretty much what I have. I don't have anything else to really cover today. Once again, it was a good week. I'm very happy with the results this week. Once again, finished up a little bit over 11%. We'll see if that holds. I think there's a possibility before the end of the day, if CCIV does what I think it's going to do, that I'll get another couple $1,000s in here, and this might go above 80 again before the end of the weekend, before the start of the weekend, which would be amazing. especially because Mondays usually, the market starts off kind of green. But overall, I'm happy with my results. My goal here is to get this account to 115,000, which would be a full 100% return from where I started. Get it to 150,000 before the end of Q1. And I think in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to finish off February with a bang. I'm going to have to finish at around 90,000 just to have a shot to get that extra, what is it, 25,000 in March. It's still a stretch target, but I think it's doable, especially with the stocks we're putting in here. And that's after some of the stocks, we're up this high, and there's a lot of stocks that I had that I feel pretty good about that maybe I'll talk about next week that have had a rough week, and I'm essentially down on them at this point. But I'm still holding for a while, but I'll talk to them. I'll talk about them later. But overall, I gotta say I'm happy here. I'm happy where I'm at. If you guys don't mind, please once again hit the subscribe button. I'll add a link right here right now so you guys can see it. And then as usual, feel free to comment or anything like that on anything you might want to see. Especially in my portfolio, I'm pretty open with it, but overall, just let me know if you guys want to see anything in particular. And then last as usual, there's a couple links below so you can get some free stocks from WeBull, Robinhood, or also some free money from Coinbase, assuming you deposit some money in there. So other than that, that's all I have for today. So I really appreciate it, and hopefully you guys have a great weekend.